How you doing? This video is going to be beyond the facade of professionalism in law enforcement, the prosecutor's office, federal prosecutors, local, county, state, county prosecutors, judges, the judicial branch, and the legislator, all different parts of the government. What this whole thing is, this whole video is going to be about, this whole channel is going to be about, is about news, about how government officials deviate from the laws, how they deviate from uh, the perception of being lawful. They're deviating from the rule of law. What they're doing is they're misinterpreting the law to justify their way of actions, governmental actions through agents, causing a lawless environment to occur. And I'm going to start to discuss the intricate details on matters pertaining to the psychology of police corruption, the psychology of corruption in the district attorney's office, the judicial branch of government, the legislative branch, and I'm going to start to bring out all the connections and how things work, because most news entities talk about what's happening. They don't tell you who's making it happen or why it's happening. Uh, I'll talk about terrorism, why terrorism is on the rise, and why terrorism will continue to occur in this nation. And I'll talk about the causes and effects of things that are not addressed in the mainstream media. This video is specifically addressed to those people that want to know the truth for what it is and not what they want to believe it to be. For example, if the media tells them something is the opposite of what the truth is and everybody else is agreeing on it, in order to be sociable, those people that are insecure may want to cling to those belief systems, because if they advocated anything else, any other belief system, it may cause a strain on their relationship with friends, family, husbands, wives, or whatever else. But this is specifically addressed to those that really want to know the truth of what's going on. Now, I don't ask you to believe anything I say. I ask you to come with an open mind, evaluate all information that you deem to be important. Do not accept them as truth until you can verify it. Once you can verify any of these statements and these allegations, any of this information, to the degree in which you could verify it, it would be essential, if you want to know the truth, those to the degree in which you could verify this information is the degree in which you should integrate it into your belief system. So if you read a book and an author states theories A, B, and C, or rules A, B, and C, you should not believe it because the author stated it. You should only believe it because it is a part of reality. It is reflecting on what is happening. We should not emphasize theory over reality. We should emphasize reality over theory. There are many theories out there that are being propagated through propaganda that would appear to be a reality, but it's not a reality. The only reality is what Walter Lippmann called in Public Opinion, the book he wrote. It's called a pseudo-reality, a false reality. So pretty much what he emphasized is that if everybody agrees that something is what it's not, then in their minds it is. So I guess you can make an analogy that if everybody was told red was blue, and they asked everybody, what color is it? They would say, well, red is blue. Those people had said, no, wait, red is red and blue is blue. Well, they would be the ones that are advocating the absolute truth, what reality is about. The other ones would be advocating a relative truth. It's what they believe to be, but it's inconsistent with the absolute truth, which is reality. So that's my emphasis. My emphasis is to test things, not to assume anything to be true or false or whatever. My whole purpose is to be a truth investigator. I investigate the truth and I come to a conclusion, weigh it according to its significance. I bring it forth and you make a determination of whether it's true or not. You can comment any way you want. If you want, you can comment. You can leave negative comments, positive comments, or whatever you'd like. But this whole site's going to be about the rule of law. It's going to, in particular, talk about government. Now, the government deviates from the rule of law and all that. It's going to talk about the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and the state Constitution, and how that is, how things are becoming overthrown because the powers that be are beyond in the deep state or the shadow government, whatever you want to call them. The people outside the government are violating or overthrowing our government. We're going to talk about ideology and how ideology is they want to shut down free speech because ideology is the vehicle to push for change in policy and procedure in society. No change in society could occur without an ideology being advocated to the contrary of the underpinnings of what's happening. As our society, everything that's happening in our society or our culture is a result of an ideology. That way of life is the underpinnings of the ideology. And if somebody comes along and advocates another ideology, and it takes root in the hearts and minds of man, and they decide to move it in a direction to create a policy, then that policy will supersede the existing way of life or policies that create the way of life, and that transforms our traditions into some other way of life, which is not necessarily bad. It depends on the purpose for the change and what the outcome is. So I'll be talking more about it. Have a nice day. Take care.